Hi, this is Anita with 5 Minutes with Art. The artist Caravaggio has been in the news quite a bit lately. And the reason is that recently they have found one of his paintings has been verified and confirmed that this was his painting. The painting's name is Ecce Homo, which basically means behold the man. What's really fascinating about this painting, and I've been extremely fascinated by this, is that this painting was going to sell at auction for what someone put up for like 1,600 US dollars. And then several people kind of said, whoa, they said, stop, this may not be attributed to the artist it was. This could actually be an original Caravaggio. So they got the Spanish, this was taking place in Spain. They got the Spanish government involved. The Spanish government sort of stopped everything with this auction. They began to verify it. And yes, and behold, it is verified as an original or lost Caravaggio painting. This painting is such a fascinating painting because the word Ecce Homo, which means behold the man, actually takes place from the story in St. John in the Bible, 19:2-5. And this is, as you might remember, the soldiers came and Christ came before Pontius Pilate. And they put the crown of thorns on his head. And they put onto him a purple robe. And, they were basically mocking him. And Pontius Pilate was there and kind of saying, I'm going to wash my hands of this man. Then the crowd sort of, then they shouted and said, no, crucify him, crucify him. And, Pilate said unto them, behold the man. So the painting is very unique, is this scene where you see Christ and using his technique of, chiaroscuro, or the light or the dark that it's known as, that really you can see that Christ's face is kind of standing out as a little bit lighter and brighter. And there to the left, you see Pontius Pilate there. And Pontius Pilate's kind of throwing his hands up. And you can see the crown of thorns on Christ's head. And as the blood is sort of dripping down the side of his head and onto his bare chest. And then behind is sort of this man that's putting a robe on him. And it's really hard to tell, is this guy does he have pity? Or, I kind of feel like when you look in his eye, there's kind of a bit of a glee in his eye, kind of like he's sort of happy that all this is taking place. What really makes this painting so unique is, if you know the story, if you listened last week to our podcast about Caravaggio, you'd know that he was accused, he murdered a man basically in a duel. He had to run and he had to escape. And so this painting, which was painted, they believe, between 1605 to 1609, would have been a painting that he was painting while he was on the run from the law. And I really wonder, did he paint this because maybe he felt a little empathy kind of with Christ, that, here Christ was before Pontius Pilate. He was being told that, the people were saying, crucify him. Maybe he himself felt like he was being unjustly somehow punished. I don't know if that's why he painted this painting or not, but it is interesting with the fact that he did paint this painting when he was on basically the run from the law, and he was running from place to place and looking behind his shoulder and trying to escape from the law. It's actually one of his last paintings that he painted, because if he finished it in 1609, around then he died in 1610. So, would have been, one of his more final works of art that he had ever painted. It really captures, this really is a classic, Caravaggio painting. When you look at the painting itself, it really is quite a classic painting with a very, very dark background, the light on Christ's face, how Pontius Pilate's face is a little bit hidden as sort of the face of the man that's behind Christ, putting the robe on him too, but this really is sort of like a classic type of painting from Caravaggio himself. I've written a blog on this, and if you'd like to see the painting, you can go to our blog on the Lost Caravaggio, Ecce Homo, Behold the Man. And you can read a bit more about this, read a little bit more about our analysis of this painting, and just, learn a little bit more about this great lost work of art that has just been found. In fact, there's many in the art world that say this is the most significant art finding for this decade, maybe this century. This is one of the most significant works of art that's ever been found. And just think about it. Somebody was going to put up for auction for 1,600 US dollars. It's amazing. This is Anita from 5 Minutes with Art. Thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. We hope you'll go to our blog and read a little bit more about the lost Caravaggio, and that you'll be as fascinated as we are about this wonderful story.